Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We're starting off with a story that's been gaining attention globally, the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. According to recent reports, the outbreak has yet to peak and could potentially last for a year. The Red Cross has warned that the response to the epidemic is facing significant challenges, including the lack of approved vaccines or treatments for the Bundibugyo strain of the virus responsible for the current outbreak. The World Health Organization has confirmed 808 cases in the Democratic Republic of Congo, including 192 deaths. The outbreak has also spread to neighboring Uganda, with 19 confirmed cases and 2 deaths reported so far. Health officials and aid organizations are expressing concern over the true scale of the outbreak, citing insufficient contact tracing, lack of clean water, and inadequate protective equipment for health workers as major weaknesses in the response. The affected provinces in northeastern DRC have long been plagued by conflict and mass displacement, making it difficult for health workers to access remote areas and implement public health measures. The Congolese National Institute of Public Health has warned of a feared geographic expansion of the epidemic if public health measures are not implemented quickly. Aid organizations like Doctors Without Borders and Oxfam are working tirelessly to support the response efforts, but they're facing significant challenges, including mistrust from the local population. The Red Cross is emphasizing the need to invest in trust, community engagement, and operational access to stop the outbreak. As the situation continues to unfold, it's essential to stay informed and support the efforts of health workers and aid organizations on the ground. We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into the complex world of international relations and energy markets. A recent development has sent shockwaves through the global economy, a U.S.-Iran deal aimed at reopening the Strait of Hormuz. This critical waterway, which carries approximately 1/5 of the world's oil supply, has been effectively closed due to the conflict between the two nations. The interim agreement, set to be signed in Switzerland, has sparked both optimism and caution among market analysts. On one hand, the potential reopening of the Strait of Hormuz could lead to a significant increase in oil exports, easing inflationary pressures and stabilizing the global energy market. On the other hand, experts warn that the process of restoring pre-war oil flow levels will be gradual, with logistical hurdles and safety concerns needing to be addressed. The lack of detail surrounding the agreement has kept the market on edge, with Persian Gulf energy officials and shipping executives seeking clarity on operating rules and shipping safety. Despite these uncertainties, some analysts predict that 50% of production could be back online by September, with 80% expected by December. As the situation continues to unfold, it's essential to consider the potential implications for global trade, economic stability, and the environment. The reopening of the Strait of Hormuz could have far-reaching consequences, from influencing oil prices to impacting the strategies of major world powers. We'll continue to monitor this developing story and provide updates as more information becomes available. For now, it's clear that the U.S.-Iran deal has set in motion a complex and multifaceted process, with the global community watching closely to see how events will unfold. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I want to bring you a critical update on the U.S.-Iran conflict. The situation has been complex, with multiple stakeholders involved, and it's essential to break down the latest developments. A ceasefire agreement has been announced, which includes shipping, sanctions relief, and deferred nuclear talks. However, there are still many uncertainties surrounding this deal. For instance, It's unclear whether Iran will continue to charge tolls for the use of the Strait of Hormuz or if $24 billion of Iran's frozen assets will be released before the planned nuclear talks in Geneva. The Iranian delegation is likely to be a tough negotiator, given the country's proven ability to withstand pressure and its possession of a powerful bargaining chip, the Hormuz option. The U.S. and Iranian sides have different interpretations of what was agreed upon, which may lead to further complications. Meanwhile, Israel's involvement adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made it clear that he does not intend to be bound by the agreement, and his relationship with U.S. President Trump is under strain. As we analyze this situation, it's crucial to consider multiple perspectives. The hope is that some progress can be restored in the Geneva talks, which will focus on Iran's right to enrich uranium, the duration of a moratorium on enrichment, and the fate of its existing stockpile of enriched uranium. Ultimately, the success of this deal depends on various factors, including internal U.S. and Iranian politics, as well as the actions of other stakeholders like Israel. As we move forward, it's essential to remain informed and engaged in this critical issue. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.